Hi everyone, I'm Jess. I'm better known on TikTok and IG as Aquarius.Althea. A little background as to why I chose that name for myself. I've actually been into astrology for quite a while. My first glimpse into the world of astrology was probably when I was 9, and I skinned my knee and I literally read in a weekly horoscope column that I would fall and bruise my knee that week. Um, yeah, that was my first glimpse into the spooky woo world of astrology. Um, I've ever since then I was always tuning into weekly horoscope columns to see what was in store for me for that week. It wasn't until I started my first job at the age of 22, 23 that I really got deeper into the world of astrology. I got my hands on Linda Goodman's Sun Signs, if anyone is familiar with that. I think I heard someone say recently once on a podcast that she's extremely eloquent with words, and the way she described everything there is to know about each and every zodiac sign there was incredible. Um, the thing that she mentioned that I remember clearly about Aquarius is that an Aquarius is so in awe of the rainbow that they could even sit and take apart the rainbow and see exactly how it works and still be in awe of it. That was my next step deeper into the world of horoscopes, of astrology. Of course, at that point, all I knew was sun sign astrology. And I started learning about all of the other signs as well, not just Aquarius, everything else. I basically read about it, related it to different people in my life who I knew were, let's say, Sagittarius or Scorpio or Virgo, and so on. It wasn't until very recently, I think it was either the end of 2023 or 2024, that I actually got, well, I got deeper into the world of crystals and energy. I really liked the positive changes some of these crystals were bringing into my life. And of course, what else is charged by energy, right? Which is tarot cards. Now, it was definitely at the end of 2023. I know this because, in terms of the Taylor Swift Eras tour, I was going for it in Singapore in 2024, and there was a decision to be made, and this little lady right here helped me with some of the decisions. All right. um, and I was feeling really conflicted about this decision, so I turned to the cards. I asked the cards what I should do. I got my answer. It was enlightening, it was healing. And because of that, I named her Althea. Althea was just a random Google search. Althea means healer, and I started to realize that anytime I needed to make a very conflicting, contradictory decision, or for that matter, even if it came to any of my friends, they would do the same thing. Do you have your cards with you? Can we ask some questions? And they would instantly get answers, get clarity, and literally feel healed. So this is what Althea does for you. All right. Fast forward to 2025, I had somewhat of a bad experience in terms of my corporate job. I was feeling very conflicted. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life anymore. I didn't know what the direction of my life should be. So I started diving even deeper into astrology. This time, I was getting natal charts, birth charts, um, and surprise, surprise, apparently myself is represented by Taurus and not Aquarius. That's my rising sign. I was going through a little bit of an identity crisis at that point. I was reading some Reddit posts. There were a lot of recommendations for the astrology podcast. So I started with that. If anyone's familiar with the astrology podcast, I started with those really long series. The first half was the first six zodiac signs. Second half was the second six zodiac signs. About 3 hours of video each. Then we go into the houses again. First half was the first six houses, second half was the second six houses, also 3 hours each. That was 12 hours worth of videos. At that point, I didn't know how I was going to get through it. This was about early 2025. Now that we're in early 2026, I am full on in my journey to learn more about astrology, birth charts, zodiacal releasing, planetary transits, solar progressions. I'm not completely there yet, but still on the journey. So as I moved further and further into that journey of astrology, I've come to realize I've actually become more and more connected with with my sun sign, which is Aquarius. Hence, the reason of why I chose Aquarius.Althea as the name of my page. So, just as I am trying to set up my social media accounts and followings and even my YouTube channel, I am still very much on the journey to learn more about astrology and birth charts. And yeah, most probably Hellenistic astrology, to go further into predictive astrology. And I also realize that as I learn more things, and in order for me as well to prevent my own confusion, I basically make notes and I'm uploading it onto my pages. So I'm looking forward to this journey for us to be learning together. If you would like to join me on this journey, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe, and follow me on my Instagram and TikTok pages.